introduction to web technologies. So that we will discuss first about web application architecture. Web application architecture we will see. So that will be the first thing. Second thing will be like we'll see what are the web technologies. Correct. So first we'll go to the web application architecture. Generally, web application architecture like two-tier architectures and three-tier architecture and multi-tier architectures. Three types of architectures are available. Generally, if you take any web application, in these web applications, there are two components. First one is a client. Second one is a server. And there are two mechanisms, that is a request and a response. Let us see diagrammatically what these are. Generally, a machine associated with the user is known as a client machine. A server that reads the request from this client is known as a server. Both are the machines. Generally, in your web browser like Chrome, you are writing some domain name and you are sending this to the server. For example, I am writing www.google.com. Whenever I click on this, it will be going to the server. This is the Google server. And what this Google server will do is, it will read this request and it will process the request, then it will send back this response. Simple, like you are using a calculator. If I ask in a request what is 2 plus 2, then it will process 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and it will send us response 4 to the like this machine. So, but when you take a typical web application, in this web application there are three layers are there. Three layers. First one is a presentation layer. Second one is a business logic layer. Third one is a data layer. Three layers. What presentation layer will do is, it will provide you the user interface. It will provide you the user interface, whatever you are saying. For example, fill the form, username, password, submit. So this is what known as your user interface. So this will be in the presentation image. Correct. So now whenever you enter the data, this data will be read here and it will be sent to this server here for processing purpose. So it will be doing the processing and it will further store it in the database, okay, for further processing. So what business layer will do is, business layer will read the data from this form and it will send the data to the database server. It creates a table here and it stores the data in this database, like what is the username, what is the password and everything for future retrievals. Okay, in the next request, whenever the user enters this username and password, this will read this data and it will verify this data. Username submitted here and username present in this table, both are same or not. Password here and password here, both are same or not. If both are same, then it will say that login is successful. otherwise login failed. So in this way it will be specified. This is how the typical web application will be working. So this is your data layer where the exact data is stored. This is the business logic, which is as a interface between the user interface and the data layer here. So now this is a presentation layer. So these are the three different layers that are there in a typical web application. But so we are having how many tiers? We are having 2 tiers. How many layers are there? Layers are like 3 layers are there. 3 layers are there. Presentation layer, business layer, and data layer. 3 layers are there. We have how many tiers here? One tier is client, another tier is server. So if I equally distribute it, what happens? This will be coming because presentation layer should be on the client side. So presentation layer will be allocated here. Now I am also giving this business layer onto the client itself, for example, and data layer cannot store it on the client side. I will be storing it on the server side. So in this case there are 2 layers here, 1 layer here. This becomes a fat client. And also if the data business logic is done here on the client side, there will be no security in the application and security issues will be there. So we cannot keep the business layer here. In this case what we can do is we can roll back, and roll back what we have to do is we will see this. Okay, we will be taking this presentation layer, and this presentation layer will be on the client side, and business layer will be on the server side, and the data layer will also be on the server side. So now in this case what happens, the server is here, we have only 1 layer and we are having 2 layers. In this case what happens, it will become a flat server. Means the load on the server will be high, because this server is not only handling this client, there may be hundreds of clients are connected to this server. So in this case the speed of the server may be issue here. It may be declined. So that's why we will be going to a new type of architecture. In new type of architecture we call this as a 3-tier architecture. In 3-tier architecture, how many layers we have? 3 layers we have: presentation layer, business layer, and data layer. In 3 tiers, first tier is a client tier, and second tier is a like your server, which server, business server, or we can also call it as a application server. So the third layer we have a database or database server, which stores the data. So this is the, now we will be equally distributed. Your presentation layer will be coming here, and your business logic will be coming here, and your data layer will be coming here. Now the node is equally distributed. There is no concept of a fat client or there is no concept of a fat server. So these two are removed. So equally distributed here. So now here client will be take care about presentation. Server, application server will take care about your business logic, and data server will take care about all the database operations or SQL operations, and everything will be taken care by the database server. So, but we as see, we do have different types of applications are there. Like for example, if you take Google. Google is having various options are there. When you go to Google search, you can search for text separately, image separately, okay, videos separately, okay, different options are there. For everything we cannot store it on a single server. In this case we will get a other type of architecture which is known as a multi-tier architecture. In this multi-tier architecture, one client will be there, multiple application servers will be there, and maybe one data server. So for example, this is for text, this is for images, this is for your videos. This may connect to your different types of server. This may be possible. Otherwise, in other case, there may be one client will be there will be one application server will be there, but multiple databases. it may fetch the data from the multiple database. So other than this, we may also have the cloud-based architectures also may be present. So these are the basis of your web architectures that are available. Processing. For application processing, we have technologies like Java server pages, active server pages, PHP we have. Okay, these are the some of the server-side application logic can be written in this way. And then we come for the data layer. Data layer we can use SQL databases like your MySQL, Oracles, okay, SQL Server. You can use all these databases, and also you can write the queries, you can create the tables and manage the data in these particular tables. Non-SQL databases like MongoDB can also be used in this type of layer, that is in the data layer. Mainly the concept here is to store the data in the data structure, I mean databases, tables. When it comes to the HTML, mainly HTML is used to design the skeleton of your web application. That is how the data should be organized, that it will be specifying. And then when the CS will be deal about the colors and also other decorative items, whatever are there, that will be specified with the help of your CSS. And then comes to the logic part. If you want to write any logic, if you want to apply any programmatic concepts to this front end, that is this user interface, then we can use the JavaScript can be used here. Whereas the JSP, ASP and PHP mainly they are used to fetch the data from the user interface, process the data and also send the data to the database servers, and also receive the data from the read the data from the database servers, and then send that particular data again back to the client machines. That is the main use of your application layer or business logic layer. So we'll see more about these technologies in between, about these particular technologies further in the upcoming videos. Thank you.